We can fight this.
You're right. The cancer's only my liver, lungs, prostate, and brain. All things I can live without.
What if I told you we can make you better? You're a fighter. We can give you abilities most men only dream of.
Certainly, audiences are open to R-rated, not just superhero movies, but hopefully R-rated action movies and movies of all kinds. There was a question going into making the movie as to whether or not an R-rated film or R-rated superhero movie could open up to a general audience, to a mass audience. And the answer, in the case of Deadpool, was yes, but that doesn't mean that every movie should be R-rated. There's some movies that lend themselves to it, and there's some that don't. And right now happens to be a moment where people, I think, loved this movie. I mean, there have been other R-rated superhero movies. I mean, going back to a movie that people don't talk about, to me, is one of the seminal sort of 21st century superhero movies, is the Blade movies. And that was like a really different vibed movie when that came out. Pretty groundbreaking.
What was Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
PG-13.
Uh-huh.
PG-13.
What percent of your top 10 are R-rated?
Top 10 all time?
Yeah.
Probably 70%, probably
Yeah.
7 out of 10.
I'd say the same.
And we grew up, I mean, I grew up in the 80s. My favorite action movies, I've talked about this a million times, is like Terminator movies, Die Hard movies, Lethal Weapon movies. They were all Beverly Hills Cop. They were R-rated movies. So it doesn't mean, again, like I also like PG-13 movies. There's plenty of them. I work on a bunch of them. But there is something that's
Allows you to be more authentic.
Yes,
I think
that's right. Because it's the way people speak. That's more than anything.
And it's the way fights happen. People bleed when you stab them.
Yeah.
You know, claws come out the back if you stick them in the front. That's
Yeah,
what happens.
that's what happens in real life.
Yeah, yes.
Sure, that I could see being R-rated. I mean, we don't have plans for them, but there are certain titles.
It seems like a natural.
And
to me.
Wolverine will be R-rated, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the Cancer World Tour. Wade ends up in Guadalajara and kills this doctor who is a shyster, and Vanessa witnesses it, and it's the first time she sort of sees him as the darkness inside of him, and he can't face her. And it's a very human moment because he runs away in shame, and that's kind of always what we were trying to do with these characters is, and I think what makes Deadpool relatable to the general public in the comic book world is that he reacts the way people would react. You know, it's like we are. I think the direction we talked about on set was just, you know, if you were an alcoholic and you told your family you'd recover, and then suddenly your wife and kids see you come home drunk and throw up in the middle of the living room, and the shame you would feel. That's kind of where Wade was in this moment, and it's a very human reaction. If I knew, I still wouldn't tell you, but I don't know. I swear to God it wasn't.
At this point, I feel like nobody would deny it, because the truth is, like, they would get a medal. The studio would come and, like, give them a new car. So it's not.
I don't think they would, Simon.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh,
No,
then it was Tim.
I do
Then
not.
The way he said that, then it was Tim.
I think they would still be pissed.